Hello, my name is Joseph South, and this is my social media post on Chromium-6 water contamination. In today's social media post, we're going to be covering how Chromium-6 affects water contamination in three areas: human health, energy, and environment. So for this human health section, we're going to specifically look at the Erin Brockovich case. And what this was is in the early 90s, Erin Brockovich discovered a high rate of illness in a small town of Hinckley, California. As she kind of was investigating, looking into it, what she found is that a local company, Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E for short, was actually dumping a lot of Chromium-6 into the water contamination. And what they found is that this was getting into the drinking water. So as people were consuming this water, it actually led to some very serious illnesses such as cancer. So this was something that really affected human health, and this is actually not the only case in the United States. I believe there's about 46 different cases in the United States of companies pouring Chromium-6 into the water supply and it getting into the drinking water, which drastically affects human health, because if you're drinking that type of stuff, if you're allowing that into your body, it puts you at higher risk for cancer, which is, I think, one of the worst things for human health. So in terms of energy, one of my biggest takeaways is actually proper waste disposal, because these things, the Chromium-6 was actually coming from waste disposal. It's widely used in industries such as chrome plating and dye making with preservatives, and probably in the case of the Hinckley case, to prevent corrosion and cooling tower water, as occurred near Hinckley. So I think that's my biggest takeaway for energy, is that we got to remember that when we make energy, when we allow such compounds into the environment, when we are using them in a setting that affects humans, that affects other things, we need to also think about what's going to be disposed because of this. How are we going to properly dispose of it? Because if we don't, then it's going to affect the environment in quite a drastic way, which I'm going to get to in the next slide. Now, looking specifically at the Hinckley case, the environment was heavily affected by the waste disposal of Chromium-6 in such a drastic way that they've spent the last 20 years cleaning up acres of Hinckley, but according to the Environment Protection Agency, it's going to take about 40 more years to completely clean out all the chromium that was in that environment, which that's going to be affecting land. Like if there's farming as well, that's going to be affecting all these different areas. And actually, because of that specific case, the Environment Protection Agency revisited their rules for the drinking water, and all around for the environment. If you have humans getting sick, humans take care of animals, humans take care of plants. So if you have something in the drinking water that is affecting humans, it's going to actually affect the whole environment as well. As well as if you have bad stuff in your water, everything that involves water, which as it is in the United States, a lot of stuff involves water, is all going to be affected. So it hurts the environment in a very bad way. All in all, to wrap things up, Chromium-6 water contamination, very bad. It affects human health, energy, and the environment on a very bad level, and it's something that we want to avoid at all costs as we can. Here are a couple sources if you want to learn more about it. There's also actually a movie with Julia Roberts called Erin Brockovich that I believe gives a very dramatized way of the case that I've been talking about. But thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.